All right, everyone, let's bring it home. We have exported from CET, added some scenery, updated some materials, manipulated some objects, and added some lighting. Now it's time to get this image out of TwinMotion and into your client's inbox. Today, we will button up everything and create an image to export. Look at a few of the options for some fine-tuning, and then export our final image. In TwinMotion, let's start by framing up our space to the angle we want. Next, click on the Media menu. Here we want to click Image, then Create Image. At this point, I like to rename my image for better organization and to save a step later down the line. Click on the More menu to start on fine-tuning. The first menu, Renderer, is where we're going to control the path tracer. If you remember our last episode, this is what makes our image shine. I turn this on first just to see what other settings I want to adjust. We'll come back to it, but for now we'll turn it off to speed up our processing. The next menu is Lighting. This is where I feel I make the most final adjustments. By adjusting the ambient setting, it'll gently raise the light level in the room. Exposure will adjust it a little more dramatically, and I'm slightly cautious with the exposure as you can whitewash a space very quickly. The white balance will adjust the warmth of the space. I feel this space was coming in a little hot, so we'll just cool it down a touch. Adjusting the sun intensity can be done here as well, but I have similar feelings with the sun intensity that I do the exposure. A little goes a long way, and my spaces don't typically need brighter sunlight as I want the sun to produce some nice shadows. Throughout the fine-tuning, you might find yourself clicking on the path tracer a few times to check your status. The next menu is Location. Most of these changes were made before we got to this point, so I typically leave this one alone. Under the weather, this is typically the same case as the location, but you might want to duplicate your image and create multiple shots in different seasons. Under the Camera menu, there are a few standard settings I like to tinker with. I prefer a little bit of vignetting just to add some zhuzh. Yes, that's a technical term. I will also turn on parallelism. This will make vertical lines appear vertical regardless of your viewing angle. When taking pictures with your phone, if any of you use the portrait mode for images, you'll notice that it'll bring close items or the foreground into focus, and it'll give a slight blur to the background. You can apply the same setting within TwinMotion. To apply, first turn on your depth of field, then select More. Grab a focal point and place it in your space where you want the most focus. Then, under Distance, you can adjust the focal depth. By adjusting the slider, you will see your background blur or focus. Let's try 96 inches. It's just a guess, but based on the size of our space, I think this will be a nice sweet spot. One more check with the path tracer. The last menu is Format. In here, you can adjust the quality and size of the image you're exporting. 2K is a perfectly acceptable format, but I'm just going to select 4K for some super extra fine quality. Make sure if you've made some changes or adjusted the angle of your space, click on the refresh button to apply the changes. Before you export, also make sure you've turned that path tracer back on. Once you've created an image, you'll notice that the main settings menu will be grayed out as you're fine-tuning. If you ever want to go back to full edit mode and make some overall changes to your drawing, you can click on Quick Media Mode to make the global settings active again. Okay, on to export. For the final step, click the Export menu. Click on the word Empty next to Image and select the image or images you want to export. Click on Start Export, and that's it! You will have a JPEG of your passion project in no time. If you've followed along this journey, thanks for watching. I hope this series has given you inspiration to bring your CET drawings to life. Thanks for watching, and as always, have fun creating.